Hey folks, this is Liz Fagerland at Olive Branch Studios. Today I'm just playing around in the studio. I am working with one color to do different paintings just for the fun of it. Just a different technique called painting monochromatically. And I like this painting. I did a few today. I guess it's upside down. Just one color. I did blue, yellow, yellowish orange, something like that. And I'm just playing around with the different values of these colors. And that's what monochromatic is. It's one color. So you're taking the lighter version of it and then building on it, adding to the value of the color to get to add your details. But still using the same color. So I want to work on painting more with just one color and working on that compound brush stroke where you use the light pressure and the heavy pressure to make your leaves, and we'll actually use it for just about anything you paint. So it's such an important brush stroke. I hope you guys stay with me and follow along, and let's get started. So we're going to start with some yellow. And I'm just going to make some flower petals using that compound brush stroke. I'm going to go light pressure, push down, heavy pressure, and release. And you're just making that petal shape, okay? So starting with light pressure, push down, come back up, just real slowly. Once you start doing this, you're gonna be able to do it just like whoosh, whoosh, and it'll be second nature. So light pressure, heavy pressure, and there we have leaf shapes or petal shapes. It's either one. So I'm gonna keep doing that same brush stroke. And this, guys, this is good practice for your brush stroke, good practice for values. Here we're using a very light orangish yellow color to paint pretty little petals on our flowers. I'm gonna do some half flowers here. So, kind of mess that one up. There is no mess up in watercolor. You just fix it. Keep painting. Correct? Yes. There. That looks better. All right, so next thing, I'm gonna let this dry, or I'm gonna dry it with my blow dryer. Y'all know I am not patient, so I have to dry it. Our painting is dry, and I'm gonna go in now with a smaller brush. I think I'm gonna use my fine liner. This is just a Master Touch fine liner, nothing fancy, it's just from Hobby Lobby. I say just, but this is my favorite liner. What I'm gonna do is add more of that orangish yellow to my paint, or to my paint pan, mix it up a little. And the reason I'm going to do this is because I want to add details to our flowers. And if I use the same exact color, I am not going to get, you're not going to be able to really see the details. So I'm going to blot that on my paper towel. Just going to come in and give it a few lines here and there to kind of separate some of those details, make it look a little more delicate. They don't have to be perfect. I like to blend those out a little bit so they're not so harsh. We have our details, and now we're going to add leaves. How do I add leaves and have, the same color? I'm going to continue to use my round number 8 brush. I'm going to add some more of that yellowish orange to my pigment, which is going to darken it up even more. And I'm just going to start adding what looks like leaves. Yes, they're going to be yellowish orange. And it looks more orange now than it did before. because we added more of that color to it. I think there's actually more orange to it than there is yellow even. And it kind of comes out, the darker it gets, the more orange it appears. I think that's what I was trying to say there. I think, oh, I stuck my finger right in that one. Oops. Casualty of painting. Watch where you're putting your fingers, huh? And again, I'm using that compound brush stroke. So it's light pressure, heavy pressure, light pressure. If you've ever watched Emma Lefebvre ever do her, and she just walks you through it so well, the compound brush stroke. Now, what's going to set this aside from how you're going to know the leaves from the petals? Details. We're going to add darker details even, like the veins in the leaves. This still looks really empty over here. So I'm going to come out and make a couple more leaves here. Very, very leafy on that one. There we go. I like that. And then we have to let those dry, and then we add the even darker veins. So now I'm switching over to my script brush, which is the #1 from Princeton Neptune. And I'm just going to go in and make those really fine vein-like features on the leaves. I don't think I'm ever going to record a video where I'm not all congested. This year, allergies have been really rough on me. So I always sound like I'm plugged up or talking through my nose. Which I promise, it's not my regular voice. It really isn't. And again, these are all coming from the same palette, same paint. I'm just using different values. I'm adding more color each time so that I can do these details and they stand out as we paint. It's crazy how much paint the script liner will actually hold. It's a really long, fine brush, and you don't have to go back and get more paint as much as you would think to refill. There. And not quite what I want to finish it with. I want to also add to the centers of our orange flowers, simply because we don't want to leave that part white. So I'm just going to take the color right out of the well, out of the palette, so it's straight pigment, and I'm just putting dots in the center for the core of the flower there. And there we go. That is our monochromatic painting. It was super fun, super simple. Keep practicing that brush stroke. You guys, if you like what I'm doing here, please be sure to follow along and hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, have a great day.